Global Climate Change Alliance Plus, GCCA Plus, Scaling Up Pacific Adaptation SUPA. Learning from the past, preparing for the future. Funded by the European Union. Implemented by the Pacific Community SPC, Secretariat of the Pacific Regional Environment Program SPREP, and the University of the South Pacific USP. In partnership with the people and governments of Cook Islands, Federated States of Micronesia, Fiji, Kiribati, Marshall Islands, Nauru, Niue, Palau, Tonga, and Tuvalu. Over a 4-year period from 2019 to 2022. SUPA places people in the 9 smaller Pacific Island countries and Fiji at the center of climate change adaptation efforts. The SUPA project seeks to strengthen the sectors responsible for providing water, food, and health services, as well as the sectors responsible for marine resources and coastal protection. All of these sectors are impacted by changes in climate that are taking place now and are already challenging islanders' lives, where they live, and the resources on which they depend. The 10 Pacific Island countries covered by the SUPA project are distributed over vast distances of ocean and extend from the Federated States of Micronesia in the North Pacific Ocean to the Cook Islands in the South Pacific Ocean, an area of the Western Pacific Ocean equivalent to 15% of the globe's surface. The SUPA project will learn from the past. Previous climate change adaptation measures will be revisited to see how sustainable the activities were in the years since they were completed. For example, in Feis Island in Yap State in the Federated States of Micronesia, rainwater storage systems were installed for community and household use in 2015. 3 years later, at the beginning of 2019, an assessment of the water security measures was carried out. Consultations were held with women, with the men, and with the youth. And then all the community came together to discuss what worked and what didn't work. It emerged that while the rainwater storage systems helped the islanders cope with the severe El Niño drought, which extended over a 6-month period in 2016 in Yap State, the community members emphasized that they need to take part in the installation of the water security measures in the future, so they have the skills and hands-on experience to maintain and repair the systems. These findings are being shared with other partners so that together we can make climate change adaptations long-lasting and more sustainable. The SUPA project is using information to expand, replicate, and strengthen existing on-the-ground measures in the sectors responsible for water, food, health, marine resources, and coastal protection, while at the same time building capacity so that people living in the 10 countries are better prepared for the increasing threats posed by climate change over the next 20 years. The SUPA project is using a people-centered approach, involving all members of the community as well as government representatives to design and implement tangible, on-the-ground adaptation measures in the sector selected to be scaled up. Scaling up climate change adaptation measures in the water sector might mean instead of community members using one communal tank in a school, each individual household has its own tank to access safe water. Scaling up the coastal protection sector might involve planting deep-rooting coastal trees, such as pandanus and breadfruit, and raising the height of a hard coastal structure, such as a seawall or revetment. Raising the seawall would protect the land from higher sea levels and flooding during storms. The ecosystem-based measures help hold the soil in place, provide shaded areas for people to relax and children to play, and provide fruit. Monitoring water quality and keeping the marine environment pollution-free helps maintain the health of the marine ecosystem and the fish stock. Expanding the regular monitoring of the marine environment is one way of scaling up climate change adaptation in the marine resources sector. These and other measures are being used by the SUPA project to scale up adaptation measures in the specific sectors and will lay the groundwork for a more informed decision-making process for sustainable and resilient development in the Pacific.